Deja vu. You're not. This is a do-over of a story I've done here before. It was the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to be on NPR. This is how it played out. I was driving down the road one day listening to Marketplace on WHYY radio. Marketplace was doing a segment called Road Warriors. It was about business people that they spent a lot of time on the road, and they interviewed them about what music did they listen to when they had downtime. They were interviewing the chief strategy officer of Pandora Radio. And he said there was a particular Ben Folds song they'd like to listen to when he was by himself. I didn't hear the name of the song. I was driving the car. So 3 days later, I decide to go into the archives and find out the name of that song. So I go into the archives, I pull up the transcripts, and I find out it's the Ben Folds song, Landed. I scroll down to the bottom of the page, I see the comments that other people left, and I just see I did leave one of my own. And I think to myself, no one's going to read this, because I'm in the archives. I was wrong. 3 days later, I get an email from Millie at Marketplace. Hi, Steve. I would like to include your comment on I'm producing the letter segment on Marketplace for tonight. Could you please give me your phone number so I can call you? Yes! I send her my phone number gladly because I think this is 30 seconds of my 15 minutes of fame. She calls me. She asks me to read my comment into the phone, and then she asks me to sing one of my favorite songs. And I do it. Don't know why, but I do it. I can only remember the first 3 lines, but I'm a cappella. I figure I'll just give it the best shot I can. She says, I can't promise you it'll be on tonight's show, but I'll do the best I can. Well, 6:30 arrives. Marketplace comes on WHYY. I am breathless with anticipation. Halfway into the show, they get into the letter segment. Then they get into one letter after another, and then they get to my letter. And I hear Kai Risdall saying, and not with Steve Noble, he doesn't pop in the earbuds and crank up the iPod, oh no. And you hear me saying, my preference is to go to the local karaoke bar and sing my heart out. And Ben Folds is a favorite choice. And then you hear him saying, and usually it's a song called Landed. Then you hear me singing. The clever engineers at Marketplace put the real song in the background. So it sounds like I'm having a teenage moment. I'm singing along to the record thinking that I'm Ben Folds. Well, when this is done, I'm thinking, great, I'm glad I didn't tell anybody about my opportunity for fame. Well, that night I checked my email. And in my inbox is an email from my son who lives in Atlanta. He has emailed the people at Marketplace, and he's copied me. His email includes a picture of Ben Folds doing this. And he says, that's Ben's reaction to that horror that you just aired. And he said, thank you for getting my dad to sing on national freaking public radio. It should only take me a few years of therapy to get over this. Okay. Hopefully that's it. Well, I go home for the weekend, and my wife is waiting for me in the kitchen. I find myself on the receiving end of the glare. Now, see, the glare creates an environment that's reminiscent of a scene out of the movie Sixth Sense. You know, the temperature in the room plummets. I can see my breath. So I ask the inevitable question, what did I do now? Karaoke bars, Ben Folds, ring a bell? Yeah, okay. Did you hear the broadcast? Well, not really, but my cousin Chris did. He heard your golden throat singing on his way home from work, so he called to congratulate you on making it onto NPR. So I asked him what it was about, so he sent me the MP3 of the broadcast, and I listened to it. And I said, wait, don't tell me. I sounded like a cat being strangled to death. Well, not exactly, but you were really flat. Well, I wasn't about to argue that point with her, and I wasn't about to tell her about the magical element that is at karaoke night. That element is called alcohol. It tells you, yes, you can do that Ben Folds song. And when you're done, it says, you were awesome, dude, you sounded just like Ben. And if you never hear a recording of yourself, you believe it. And you never find out that you just invented a new form of torture. Now, I have planned for a do-over. I kid you not. I've written a song, so if Marketplace ever calls me again and wants me to sing a song, trust me, I'm not going to make you listen to my singing, but this is the song I've written for them. It's meant to be sung to the tune of House of the Rising Sun. It's, wives, tell your husbands not to do what I have done. When Marketplace comes calling, tell them to say no to singing a song. And husbands, if you think it's a good idea at the time, when you're sleeping on the sofa, you have only yourself to blame. And if you're romantic and think this will land you in bed, I predict you'll discover you're a pariah now instead. The end. The story's over. Judges, the story's over. Here's a postscript. Anybody interested in hearing the actual broadcast? It's 60 seconds long. Anybody want to hear it?
Back on the road now to wind things up. Our Road Warrior series talks to business travelers about what music they listen to get them through their travels. We heard from Tim Westergren a couple of weeks ago. He's the chief strategy officer at the internet radio company Pandora. Late by Ben Folds is a favorite of his, as it is with Steve Noble from Hackettstown, New Jersey. Steve doesn't just insert the earbuds and crank up the iPod to move by. Oh no.
My preference is to seek out the local karaoke bar and sing my heart out, and Ben Folds is a favorite choice.
Usually it's a song called Landed.
We hit the bottom, it was my fault, and I guess in a way that it was.
Ben Folds song or a comment or a question, or you just want to sing on the radio, please let us know.